Alright, so today's video is going to be kind of fun. It's going to be a test of skill, which I do not have a lot of, but Mrs. W and I were at a restaurant this last weekend, and I saw something there that was so interesting. It was a perfectly square cube of Douglas fir that they were using for a kind of a coffee table. And I just marveled at whoever it was that made it. I mean, I was checking it pretty close. It was really, really square. It looked like it had been cut with a chainsaw. So I was thinking about that today, and I thought, I've got this stump that I want to deal with. I wonder, can we cut a perfect square 2 foot by 2 foot using nothing more than a chainsaw and a crayon? That's a big old chunk of fir right there. So I kind of just roughed out the top there. Now my square, 2 feet's pretty good size when you get down to it. My square here is 2 feet. So check out this pencil. That's a woodman's pencil there, isn't it? That is going to use up all that stump there. .24 by 24 might have been ambitious. I think after looking at it, I think it was probably closer to 16 by 16, but we'll go with that and see what happens. We have to trim it down a little bit. What would have really been good is I poured borrow or gas on there on the exhaust and cut it on fire. By 24 is big. In there. So welcome back, everyone. If you are just joining us for the first time, in the last video we were just having a little fun with this big stump that I needed to deal with in the yard. It's about a 200 some odd year old Douglas fir that we took down several years ago, and I never had gotten to the stump. So I thought it'd be fun to see if we could make a perfect 24 by 24 inch cube. And yeah, it's far from perfect, but it's kind of cube-like. So I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I was going to cut it off on the bottom, and it's too heavy to pack around. I have to pack around the tractor. I don't know what I'd do with it. But it dawned on me this morning. One of the most requested videos that I get from subscribers is, hey, would you make a rocket mass stove, rocket mass heater? And I never have done it, but I thought this would be the perfect self-fueling rocket mass stove out of this big cube. It's still attached to the stump. So it's going to take some advanced chainsaw techniques, and I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to give it a shot today. We're going to have to do what we call a bore cutting, which is to plunge the chainsaw straight down on 4 sides, take out a square, basically like kind of like a cylinder, but square. What do you call a cylinder of wood that's square? I don't know. That's got to come out, and then we've got to do the same thing on the bottom to essentially make an L-shaped chimney, and we'll see if this will indeed turn into a rocket mass stove and that self-fuels. So let's jump into it, and we'll have a little fun today and see what happens. Maybe nothing, but we'll try our best. Okay, so what we need to start off with is we need to bore a hole right in the center, which is about right here. We're going to use our, now that is a proper woodsman marking pencil right there, huh? Maybe I'll show you guys how to make these someday. It's a wonderful gift. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a video on that, and I'll show you how to make the branch crayons. So we'll cut right through the heartwood here. So how about a width of a bar, something like that here, right? There will be our hole. Now down here, we're gonna have to basically do the same thing. Eyeball down here, and this will be our chimney. And we'll need a square, kind of a flue there as well. Something like this. That looks reasonably close. Right there. Those will two connect to be an air chamber. Then we'll start some fuel. The idea is we'll start some fuel in there and get that Venturi going. And we might really have something here. We'll kill two birds with one stone. We'll get rid of this stump and might even come out here and cook a little breakfast. All right, let's get started with our plunge cuts. These are challenging to do. They take a fair amount of skill. You gotta be really careful to do them, so be warned. That went pretty good. I thought this might be harder to get out than I guess I take my earplugs out. I'm shouting. I thought that'd be harder to get out than that, but I think it looks like it. I felt it kind of pop loose. Let's see. We'll get our handy dandy bench made out. See if we can't finagle this thing out of here. Look at that. Got some shavings inside there. Give you a peek down in there. There's our chimney. Here's our piece that came out. Not very square, is it? It's even kind of tapered there. Never done anything like that before. But that'll work great for our chimney. Now, we'll see if this piece will come out. Oh, look at the sappy that's gonna burn. Look at that. That's what, you know, that's one of my first things I remember my granddad teaching me when I started learning woodcraft, and axemanship and all those things at a really young age from him was to be able to identify and find this sap on the fir trees. He always said, you know, that's the first thing you need to think about, figuring out how to build a fire in any weather. And if you can find this sap like that, especially where it's all crystallized like that, man, that's great. You put that in your pocket and keep that in your pack, because you can start a fire in any condition with that, and it just burns and burns and burns. It's really, really something. That smell of that really reminds me of him. Oh, we got another piece in there. Oh yeah, here we go. So that was a pitch pocket right there. Look at that. That would have separated. That'd been a real defect for lumber in that area, but you can see how it goes together there. It's kind of cool, isn't it? All right, let's take a look inside here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I wonder what's gonna happen. Okay, let's take a look inside. So you can see we came out pretty good. There's the top right there, and straight down, we came down to the lower chimney. Let's see if we can see inside. I'll open that aperture up for you. There you go. There's our chimney. So let's get our fire started up. So I've got this is my scraps from the wood shop. I brought them out here, and that'll be perfect for this because it takes small fuel. It's got to fit inside there. I think we've got everything we need. We've got some sap here, and we've got a torch. Let's start it up, see what happens. So we've got some nice fir here that's really, really dry, kiln dried. Got a built-in chopping block and everything, so let's take that sap off there. That's a good place to start. Got a little chunk of cardboard. Got sap going on there. So the rocket mass stump heater's been burning for about 10 minutes, and it's flat out getting with it. You can hear see the fire. It sure works good. I've been feeding it, and I'm not feeding it the best wood either. I've been feeding it just little scraps of plywood, which are not the best, but boy, it works, doesn't it? I wonder how long it'll burn. I don't want to feed it all day. I was hoping that it kind of just start consuming itself, but I don't know. It is starting to burn. Look at the sap bubbling right there. So the rocket stump stove's been going for about an hour now. I haven't fed it for a half hour. It seems to be self-fueling. So I haven't put anything in there. So I was doing some other things there to come back to look at it. We can see that indeed it is. The hole's getting bigger, but it's fueling itself, and it's really taken off. I got the microphone back, but you can really hear it. Good chimney effect there. How long do you think it'll take? Right now it is 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock noon. Guess in the comments, how long do you think it'll take to consume itself at this rate? It's been burning for 1 hour. Put your best guess in there. We're going to see who's smart or who's lucky. You can see there's lots of wood left. I think that's just fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. So it's 2 o'clock. It's 2 hours later since we last checked on it. It is completely self-fueling. I haven't fed it for quite some time now. It is really going to town. It's doing its thing. It is burning. Drawing that air in through the bottom, chimney out the top. I wonder if it's warm on the back side. Nope, cold. No heat. No heat at all. No heat on the sides. That's fascinating.
What is this thing? It's like those Swedish or Norwegian lump things you made, but you know, those log candles, but this is different. It's really cool.